Most people think having no friends means something is wrong with you, but that is not always true. Some people have no close friends because they are different, intense, selective, or emotionally overloaded. And often, the reason they struggle socially is not weakness. It is a very specific set of personality traits that make normal friendships harder to maintain. In this video, we will explore 5 strange traits that many people with no friends tend to share. Some of these traits can be strengths. Others can make life feel lonely, misunderstood, and emotionally exhausting. Let's get into it. The first trait is overanalysis. People with no friends often think deeply about every interaction, every text, every pause, every facial expression, and every tiny social detail. If someone replies late, they do not just notice it, they replay the whole conversation in their mind. This makes social life feel complicated. What other people experience as simple and casual, they experience as loaded with meaning. That can make them seem distant, awkward, or even cold on the outside. But inside, they are often doing too much mental work. They are not ignoring people. They are processing everything at a level that makes connection feel tiring. Over time, this can create a pattern. They avoid social situations, not because they hate people, but because their brain makes every interaction feel like a test. The second trait is high selectiveness. People with no friends usually do not want just any kind of connection. They are not interested in shallow conversations, fake behavior, or friendships based on convenience. They want depth, loyalty, honesty, and emotional intelligence. The problem is that this level of selectiveness can make connection difficult. They may reject people quickly if they sense immaturity, inconsistency, or social performance. That sounds healthy, and in many ways it is. But it can also turn into isolation if the standards become so high that almost nobody qualifies. So while others build many casual friendships, these people often wait for something real. And sometimes that means waiting for a very long time. The third trait is a strong feeling of being misunderstood. People with no friends often feel like others do not get them. They may think differently, speak differently, or value different things than the people around them. That gap can make them feel like they are living in a different psychological world. Because of this, they often stop trying to explain themselves. They expect people to misread them, so they become quieter, more guarded, or more detached. This can create a painful cycle. The more misunderstood they feel, the less they open up. The less they open up, the more misunderstood they become. And in many cases, this is not because they are antisocial. It is because they have learned that being known deeply is harder than being left alone. The fourth trait is emotional self-containment. People with no friends often learn to rely on themselves for comfort, processing, decision-making, and even emotional regulation. They become used to handling everything alone. On the outside, this can look strong, and in some ways, it is strong. They do not depend on others easily, and they often become very capable under pressure. But the downside is that they may struggle to ask for help, share emotions, or trust others with their inner world. They can look independent while actually carrying a lot of unspoken pressure. This trait often develops after disappointment. If people have let them down before, they stop expecting support, so they build a life where they need nobody. That protects them from rejection, but it also protects them from closeness. The fifth trait is a deep need for authenticity. People with no friends often would rather be alone than pretend to be someone they are not. They do not enjoy fake laughter, fake loyalty, fake interest, or fake social harmony. If a relationship feels forced, they would rather walk away. This trait can make them very honest and very real. They often have strong values and little tolerance for social nonsense. That is powerful. But it can also make it hard to fit into groups. Group friendships often require flexibility, small talk, compromise, and social patience. If someone values truth too much and social ease too little, they may end up isolated, even when they are not broken at all. In many cases, they are not friendless because they cannot connect. They are friendless because they refuse to connect in an insincere way. Now, here is the bigger picture. Having no friends is not always about being rude, weird, or flawed. Sometimes it happens because a person is too self-aware, too guarded, too selective, too sensitive, or too authentic for the social environment around them. These traits can come from personality, life experience, or both. And while they may create loneliness, they also often point to depth, intelligence, and emotional complexity. That is why people with no friends are often misunderstood. They are not always isolated because they have nothing to offer. Sometimes they are isolated because what they offer does not fit ordinary social patterns. So if someone has no friends, that does not automatically mean they are broken. It may mean they think too deeply, trust too carefully, feel too much, or value authenticity too strongly to settle for shallow connection. And while that can be lonely, it can also be the foundation of a very unusual kind of strength. The real question is not whether they have friends. The real question is whether their personality is protecting them, isolating them, or both. If this describes you, you are probably not as alone as you think. You may just be built differently. Like and subscribe for more Psychology for Dummies.